In spirit, nutrition, your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. We are not victims, we are victors. The victim problem and how to solve it. Let's get it popping. Firstly, what is a victim? A victim is somebody that is gone through some form of suffering, someone who's been injured or harmed, right? Someone who may have gone through something traumatic or have suffered a loss. In life, there's always going to be trials and tribulations. In life, there's going to be pain, but there doesn't have to be suffering. Buddha said that. So the difference between a victim and a victor is that the victor has pain, but the victor doesn't suffer. The victim has pain and the victim suffers. The victim is a loser. The victim is a sufferer. A lot of us are going to go through life and it's going to be joy and it's going to be pain because of the dual nature of life, right? But in order to overcome the victim mentality, you have to change your mentality. Really, life is all about the attitude. It's all about the mind state. And I'm here to discuss victimhood, the victim mind state, how to overcome it, how I overcame it, and share my story. I made a video that has over 10,000 views. It's one of my popular videos called The Secret Science of the Lotus Flower, The Secret Symbolism of the Lotus Flower. You are the lotus, how to overcome. In that story, I talk about all the trials and tribulations I went through. My mother passed away when I was 17 years old. The house that she had cancer. The house that I grew up in with my siblings, it was demolished and converted into $1 million homes. Struggled through college, poor father, sold cocaine, allegedly was incarcerated. Siblings just left assed out, right? And so I allowed that story, that victim story, to be my only story, my defining reality. The thing is that the story you tell yourself is what comes true. Man is what he thinks. Man is what he believes. Woman is what she tells herself, right? And so if you always tell yourself that you're a victim, then you're gonna limit yourself. And so I always told myself that I was less than, I was a loser, I wasn't worthy because I was a victim. And it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you may have been raped. You may have been abandoned by your father. You may have been abused by your alcoholic mother or neglected by your alcoholic mother, right? You may have been neglected by your high-achieving lawyer father. You may have a million reasons as to why you're a victim, right? As to why you've had pain. But you've chosen to suffer by continuously telling yourself that story. There's some issues with the victim mentality. First big issue is that you see everything from a victim's lens, and therefore you exaggerate your disadvantages, and you fail to highlight your advantages. You fail to highlight your possibilities. So for example, I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I used to highlight all my failures and disadvantages because I felt like a victim. Oh, I almost went to study in Latin America, but my mom died when I was 17. Oh, I wanted to study abroad, but I couldn't because I didn't have family support, or I didn't have the money, or I didn't have this, I didn't have that. And so I blinded myself to all the possibilities that were around me. I'm wearing this hat. It's auténtico. It's hecho en Guatemala. It's from Guatemala. And as you can see, I'm saying things in Spanish because I changed my mindset. I was thinking, man, I'm a victim. All the other people my age, they have chances and time to travel for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and they can get their Spanish. Well, guess what? I changed my mind state from a victim's mentality to a victor's mentality. So I said, I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. There's online resources. I can create an opportunity. And so that's what I did. I wrote up a proposal. I was working a 9 to 5. Wrote up a proposal to my director and said, I want to go and study Spanish, volunteer, and learn key language skills that will help me better function in the workplace. The director approved it. I went and traveled for only 28 days, but I utilized and availed myself of those 28 days, and I became proficient in Spanish. That's an example of changing your victimhood. You're using alchemy, mental alchemy, changing from the victim mentality to a victor's mentality. Another example, I've been vegan for years. You go back to my videos, I got videos from like 07, 08, like way back when. And I'm talking about fasting, just healthy eating. I've been on the vegan tip for years. Used to go to Dr. Sebi's office before he was on YouTube. I used to watch the VHSs and the old DVDs and stuff, right? He actually has his offices right down the street from where I grew up on La Cienega in LA. So I sometimes talk about the vegan lifestyle on my YouTube, but I'm not like super crazy in people's face because for me it's an old thing. Like me and my family and I have been doing it for a long time. But I succumbed to this belief that vegans are supposed to be weak, vegans are supposed to be malnourished, vegans are supposed to be skinny over time because I was being programmed by society. Also, I was being programmed by my nutrition program. In nutrition, I studied to become a dietitian. They were very, very against the vegan lifestyle. Well, really, the vegan lifestyle is the most natural lifestyle. It's full of antioxidants, gives you mad energy, helps you look younger, right? Clear skin, healthier, more calcium, more iron, plenty of protein, omega-3s, vitamin B12, right? From certain foods. So I succumb to that belief, and your body responds to the mind. As above, so below. As within, so without. And so my body responded to my belief system. So I was weak. Now I'm a lot stronger. I'm fast. In fact, I go to the gym. I got some realtors I work with, right? So that's another thing I switched with my victim mentality. I did mental alchemy. But we'll say this. Worked with some realtors, worked with some different people in the community. I go to the gym and they're like, man, whatever you're doing is working. Gaining weight, man. You looking bigger than me. I'm like, dude, I'm not that big. Like, it's just, it is what it is. They're like, man, what are you eating? Like, what's the secret? You doing protein powder? You don't need any protein powder. All you need is some amino acids, stretching, some good food, and you need to exercise. But I told them that I'm vegan, and they don't believe it. They don't understand it. They're confused. It starts in the mind. I'm not a victim. Oh, I'm a vegan. I'm gonna struggle to get big. No, we get all kinds of gains. We're growing. The pecs are growing. The abs are growing. Everything is growing. Whatever this is called, the wings here are growing. Everything is getting bigger. So I changed my mindset from being a victim to a victor, right? Finance. I was like, oh man, my pops, left me. My mom passed her farm. Living in this society, this capitalistic system, the banks, money's the root of all evil. And then I stopped and I thought about all the things my mother and father used to teach me about money. It was always good. Money flows. Money treats you like you treat money. Whatever you believe about money is what money believes about you. I love money. I love to use money. I love to spend money. I love to share money. I love to give money to people who need it. I love to spend money in Puerto Rico. I love to buy hats from people who make them in Guatemala. I have no problems with money. But previously I had a victim's relationship to money. Like I could barely save any. I don't want to spend this money. I don't want to have this money because it's corrupt. It's blood money. Federal Reserve is privately owned. For every dollar they have in our bank accounts, in the bank system, they can loan out three times as much, $3. It's a rigged system. No, I changed my mindset to I am the money. I deserve abundance, and I'm not a victim. I am a victor. I am a divine son. So I have tons of money. Got more money I can handle. Too much money. No, now I have plenty of money. In fact, I'm gonna just keep going. It's just gonna just be enormous amounts of money, and I have no issues with it. If I can have $3 in my bank account, why can't I have 300,000? What's the difference? You telling me I can live in poverty and suffer and cry about student loans and be a victim, but I can't say I'm a victor. I paid off the student loans. I got 300,000 in the bank. My net worth is 300,000. What's wrong with that? That's a victor's mentality. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just mental alchemy. You have to change your perspective. So now, I remember like in the first, maybe only like the first couple of months, first few months of the year, I had made 10 racks, 10 G's. Whereas before I would struggle to save a couple $100. So it's all in the mind state, right? Change your thoughts, change your world. If you wish to change your circumstances, you have to change your thoughts. You alone can control your thoughts, whether you believe you're a victim or you're a victor. I'm speaking from a perspective. The things I've gone through, people are shocked. They don't understand. It makes people cry. And they didn't even go through it. And I'm telling you that you're not a victim, whatever you've gone through. House bulldoze. Mom died 17, when I was 17 from cancer. Dad abandoned, disowned, left. Sold cocaine, wasn't around. Later incarcerated. Struggled through college, lived in poverty. And I told myself I was a victim. I didn't allow myself to shine. You're not allowing yourself to shine when you're a victim. When you know you're a victor, despite your circumstances, despite the obstacles, you outwork the circumstances because you know that you're a victor. You're a divine son. You're superhuman. You're extraordinary. You can achieve. Another thing, real estate. Oh, back to the student loans. The victim, this is another victim mentality. Because you have student loans, you can't achieve. Because you have student loans, are debilitating. I have student loans. I told you my mom passed her farm just before I went to college, a year before, and my father didn't help me, and no one helped me. My grandma helped me a little bit my first year, but after that, no one could help me. So I have student loans. But that doesn't stop my abundance mind state. That doesn't stop my dynamic willpower. That doesn't stop me studying up late night, gaining new skills, learning about investing, learning about money. That doesn't help me. It doesn't prevent me or inhibit me or preclude me from achieving greatness. They're just student loans. They have no power. They get paid every month, and eventually they're going to get paid off in their entirety. No issues here. But if you keep telling yourself, oh, I've debilitated student loans, I can't find a job, this and that. Create a job if you can't find a job. Create opportunities. Don't be a victim. And I'll say this, it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to be injured. But don't wallow in your self-pity. Because if you wallow in your self-pity, you'll mask your capacity. You'll hide your potential. You'll be blind to your potential. You'll be blind to your creativity. You'll be blind to all the opportunities around you for overcoming. So, I mean, what's a student loan to a divine son? What's earning money to a divine son? We got creativity. We got the subconscious mind. We got infinite power. It's nothing. It's nothing. Another thing about the victim mentality. Oh man, we can't become entrepreneurs. Only the rich can with their trust funds and their silver spoons. I'm a divine son. What's a silver spoon to a divine son? I got the matrix spoon. I got the bending spoon. I got the Neo spoon. Right? I can create anything, just like my father creates, like my divine mother creates. So, regarding real estate, I used to tell myself, well, actually, I believe that I could get real estate. But I went through a situation and a circumstance to where I failed in my first attempt to get a duplex. I was trying to get a duplex. I was working with some people that were unreliable that I depended upon, and they flaked. They weren't down with the vision, and it disheartened me. It discouraged me. I believed that I was a victim. I thought I was a failure because of it. So I was giving up on the dream. You have to be persistent, like Napoleon Hill says. You have to keep on fighting. I eventually rekindled that flame, realized that I'm not a victim. I deserve to count out 15,000 in $20 bills. That's what I deserve. I deserve the real estate property. I'm not a victim, I am a victor. And what happened? Mind state changed, and guess what? I was able to get the property. So I will be honest, sometimes I still have the victim mentality, but I have an affirmation that I use, and I want to share with you all. I am not a victim, I am a victor. We are not victims, we are victors. And whenever you use affirmation, it mustn't be empty. It must be backed by emotion and belief, and it will give power to that affirmation. It will put power, and it will send that thought and that impression on your subconscious mind. And the power of your subconscious mind is infinite. It'll bring conditions to you based off of what you tell it. So if you tell it you are a victim, you will get victim results. If you say, I am a victor, I am supremely victorious, I am my best friend, I can achieve anything, I can become what I want to become, subconscious mind will bring that into fruition. I am a lion, I am not a sheep. That's another affirmation that I like to use. I am a divine son, and as such, I demand a divine son share of abundance. I like that one. Different affirmations, they have to resonate with you. I have the greatest of all human qualities, initiative. So that means you can create. I can create anything, just as my father creates. I can create anything, just as my divine mother creates. So you have to just keep telling yourself these things. And don't believe you're a victim. This is coming from an LA cat, you know what I'm saying, who went through all kinds of pain and suffering, things that people couldn't even imagine. And I'm telling you that we're not victims, we're victors. Change your mind state, change your world. Use mental alchemy, and you can live in abundance. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment in spirit, nutrition. Peace and blessings.